The Pentagon just ordered a 6-month review of women serving in ground combat roles. And if that sounds like a solution in search of a problem, you're right. Wait, because here's what they're not telling you. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth wants to examine the operational effectiveness of having women in infantry, armor, and artillery, jobs women have been doing successfully since 2015 when all combat positions opened. The Institute for Defense Analyses will review readiness and performance, but here's the problem. This data already exists. Between 2019 and 2023, the Army studied gender integration and found no evidence of degradation to unit readiness. Women performed well and sometimes scored higher than men. So why conduct another study when you have the answer? Because Hegseth came into office with his conclusion already drawn. Before confirmation, he said on a podcast, "I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective." At Quantico, he told military leaders every combat position must return to the highest male standard only, adding, "If that means no women qualify, so be it." That's not about standards. That's about predetermined outcomes. The women serving have already proven they can meet requirements. 4,500 women serve in ground combat positions across the Army and Marine Corps. More than 150 completed Ranger School, one of the military's most grueling courses. About 10 passed Green Beret training. All met the same physical requirements as male counterparts. Haley Gibbons, who completed Ranger, Airborne, and Air Assault schools, called this blatant sexism. Elizabeth Dempsey Beggs was direct. "We've done the studies. He's choosing a witch hunt because women have done what he can." That matters because Hegseth never completed those trainings that many question women have finished. Is this about effectiveness or ideology? Standards are already sex neutral. Women and men take the same tests, carry the same gear, meet the same requirements. Gender quotas are illegal in military assignments. Senator Tammy Duckworth called this what it is. This review is clearly intended to shrink the number of women serving in combat roles, devastating to readiness. Why does this matter? When you tell women to reprove themselves after a decade of successful performance, you're not raising standards, you're moving goalposts. Before 2015, women were officially barred from ground combat, but they were already fighting and dying on front lines. In 2005 in Fallujah, 3 female Marines died in a suicide bombing along with 3 male Marines, even though women weren't allowed in combat positions. 11 others were wounded. These Lionesses of Fallujah were searching civilians entering secure zones, armed and in danger, without official designation or proper equipment. Denying their reality didn't make them safer. It made the unit more vulnerable. What happens if this review removes women from combat? You're pulling 4,500 trained troops from units that need them when recruitment already struggles. You're telling young women that meeting every requirement won't be enough if leadership doesn't want them there for ideological reasons. How does that strengthen readiness? Lethality isn't determined by who carries the rifle. It's determined by training, competence, courage, and working as a unit. Women have demonstrated those qualities for nearly a decade. Army studies confirm it, commanders confirm it, fellow service members confirm it. When you serve alongside someone in combat, you learn quickly whether they can do the job. By all accounts, the answer is yes. So why now? Because Hegseth has been clear about his views since before taking office. He frames it as standards, but standards are already gender neutral and women are meeting them. He claims effectiveness, but data shows women perform well. This appears to be bureaucratic justification for a decision already made. Don't American service members deserve judgment on performance rather than endless questions about whether they should serve at all? The review concludes in 6 months. Then we'll see whether the Pentagon follows evidence or ideology. But here's what we know. American women have proven capability in combat roles since 2015, and in reality, long before, they earned their place through the same training, deployments, and sacrifices as male counterparts. This review won't change that record. It can only choose whether to acknowledge it. If stories like this matter to you, you're in the right place. We're not stopping. Share this with someone who needs to hear it.